Greetings everyone, my name is Alejandro Medina Rivera and today I'm gonna present my critical film analysis of the film Avatar by James Cameron. As an overview, we'll cover an introduction of the film's background and motivations of the director to create the film, a character analysis, and summary, sort of a wrap up of the presentation and the work cited list. As some environmental awareness that this film raises is the exploitation of resources, as humans arrived at this moon to extract this precious mineral called unobtainium, which is valuable for their life in Earth. To extract this mineral, they destroy the soil, and also as a result of this effort, of the humans' effort in the film to extract this precious mineral, they result to deforestation and carelessness towards nature, specifically to the fauna of Pandora and the indigenous people there called the Na'vi. In a Q&A James Cameron did to celebrate his 10th year anniversary of the film's release, he spoke about his motivations behind the creation of the film Avatar. He said that motivation were his interaction with nature that he has as a child in the forest in Canada, the injustice that to indigenous cultures that all over the world throughout history, particularly through in colonial times, the concern about the state of the nation and how we are treating nature, this being global warming, etc., and the cultural discrimination we have on nature, that's insensitiveness that we have towards nature. Colonel Miles Quaritch is the main antagonist of the film, portrayed by American actor Stephen Lang. He is the chief of security on Pandora, and he has an abusive attitude or sort of behavior towards the fauna of Pandora. In the next slides, we will enter in depth describing some characteristics of Colonel Quaritch and how those characteristics portray in the film, highlighting this abusive nature and attitude towards the fauna of Pandora. This next clip, we're gonna see the introduction scene for Colonel Quaritch in the film Avatar. There he's delivering a briefing to the soldiers and scientists who arrived to Pandora and relating sort of the rules that they have to follow to stay in their stay on Pandora. There we see the careless soldier that Colonel Quaritch is, that he just sees the fauna of Pandora as something that has to be killed to accomplish his military objective. That careless attitude towards the fauna of Pandora is presented by his specific usage of the word thing to describe how dangerous the fauna is. When he says, and I quote, "Every living thing that crawls, flies, or squats in the mud wants to kill you." By the use of the word thing, he shows us that he sees the fauna as something that can be discarded, that shows his lack of sensitiveness and determination to kill any dangerous any animal of Pandora without hesitation, just to accomplish the military mission, which is to keep everyone alive. Gary Martinic wrote in an article regarding the animal used for medical military training. This article, he said that, he wrote that the U.S. military used animals such as pig and goats to simulate live wounds that will present in a war scenario, so that doctors or nurses can be prepared to treat those injuries. After the surgical process, the animals will be discarded without they ever waking up. This lack of compassion, this lack of sensitiveness is portrayed in the film by Colonel Quaritch's point of view and dialogue referring to the fauna of Pandora. In this next clip, there's Colonel Quaritch delivers a briefing before the final battle to his soldiers. There we see the tyrannical attitude that he is going to use his complete military power to massacre the Na'vi, and along with them all the animals that they're using to fight, and all the animals living in the tropical forests of Pandora.
Original horde out there massing for an attack. Now, these orbital images tell me that the hostiles' numbers have gone from a few hundred to well over 2,000 in one day, and more are pouring in. In a week's time, there could be 20,000 of them. At that point, they will overrun our perimeter. Well, that's not going to happen. Our only security lies in preemptive attack. We will fight terror with terror. Now, the hostiles believe that this mountain stronghold of theirs is protected by their deity. And when we destroy it, we will blast a crater in their racial memory so deep that they won't come within 1,000 clicks of this place ever again. And that, too, is a fact.
In that film, in that clip, we see the tyrannical characteristic of Colonel Quaritch, that he is to the point that he is willing to massacre all the Na'vi with his complete military power, and he does. He later in the clip, in the final battle, he massacres countless Na'vi people, and also not only that, but that action of wanting to use his total military power has a direct effect on the animals that firstly that Na'vi are using, and second, all the animals that are living in the tropical forest, because they are burning down trees and tropical forests from the directions that Colonel Quaritch gave them. This burning and of the trees can affect animals that are living there, as we can see in this picture in the slide, a flaming horse that portrays the effect that Colonel Quaritch's tyrannical attitude and orders have on the animals. Colonization during colonial times also had an effect in the local fauna, since all the people who came from Europe to colonize different islands, different territory, they brought animals with them. These animals that they brought indirectly affect the local fauna and native species of the territory that they are colonizing by eating the native species or eating the food that these native species eat. These lack of food resources can deplenish the native species population, that affecting the local fauna. This indirect effect can be is similar to what the indirect effect that Colonel Quaritch actions have in the animals in the film, this tyrannical. In the third clip, Colonel Quaritch orders his men to fire at the base of the home tree to bring it down. During this action, he drinks He takes a sip of his coffee mug, showing how cruel he is. We can see the cruelty of his character when he takes the sip out of his coffee mug. Like, he enjoys watching the natives suffer from him taking their home. Not to also the animals that are living there that use that tree as resource, as home, as shelter, as food source. Like, he enjoys, that shows the cruelty of his character, the lack of sensitiveness and compassion that this character has to the fauna of Pandora. Not to mention that the little falling of the tree takes a lot of lives. By using this scene, director James Cameron was to raise awareness about regarding deforestation. Deforestation has been a contributing element to global warming and has a direct effect on the wildlife. In an article wrote by Cristina Nunez for National Geographic, she says that the deforestation leaves animals homeless. Not only this, but it left them with no shelter, no food source, and can left them exposed to certain scenarios that will cost them their life. Similar to what James Cameron uses this scene to reflect the cruel attitude and cruelty, plain cruelty of the people that do this action to the animals, that actually do the deforestation. In this next clip, it is presented the Colonel Crush battling Neytiri, a Navi main character with a Thanator, feeling like animal of Pandora. Colonel Crush is using an EMP, an exoskeleton-like vehicle, to battle the Thanator, and shows the brutality of his character. That clip, he shows a brutal behavior. As first he taunts Neytiri, saying, "Come on, come to Papa," and then this caused him to brutally stab the Thanator to death. And his expressions, his remarks shows that if he is enjoying it, killing the animal. This brutal action of Colonel Crush resembles the brutality of hunters and people who are involved in the illegal wildlife trade. The illegal wildlife trade is the trade of bone, skin, or meat of non-domesticated animals. These people who are involved in this business, they don't do it just for economical profit, but also do it for entertainment. Just like Colonel Crush, these awful people do it for the fun of the hunt, and enjoys killing these animals mercilessly. As a little summary and wrapper, Colonel Crush is callous, tyrannical, cruel, and brutal towards the fauna of Pandora, and has a negative effect on Pandora, on its soil and fauna. Here are the works cited list, and thank you for watching.